How are you, my fans, sneak peepers, and curious friends? I am difficult and demanding. If you want to know my real name, then hold still, and I might bring your wish to fruition. Before we begin, you can find this podcast show in iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Blueberry, Google Play Music, TuneIn, YouTube, and Stitcher. Now, unlike the other people in your life, I actually care about what you think. So meet me halfway, take a tiny moment, and give my podcast and each episode a review rating. This is the I'm Difficult and Demanding podcast, keeping it real, uncensored, and shooting straight between the eyes. The third eye, that is. I am going to hit you with explicit truth. This solo show is outrageously honest and keenly witty with a view into life. Yes, I said life. That's what we do every day when we wake up from sleeping. We are living life. Well, some of us at least. Moreover, I hope to provide you with gut-wrenching laughter and a touch of wisdom. Let's get something straight. Really, really straight. I am truly, actually, habitually, and shamelessly difficult and demanding, and I completely own it. Now, I don't ask for much because I expect and receive it all. I firmly believe that if you expect shit, you will receive shit. What does that mean? Well, it means expect nothing but the best and don't settle for less. As always, I, your host Tara, am keeping it real and uncensored. It's been too long, don't you agree? Do you hate waiting as much as I do? Well, your wait is over. I want you to unplug from your life and dive all into episode 47 of the I'm Difficult and Demanding podcast. Are you kinky? I bet you are. How long are you going to hide? How can what gives you pleasure, happiness, ever be wrong? Your happiness can never be taboo. Who's exploiting who? Are the women of Silicon Valley trying to take advantage of rich tech men? Or are the men misleading these women to sleep with as many as possible? Do you want to know what I think? Well, keep listening. Before I begin, I am going to do a call out. What's a call out? Well, it's not a shout out. I am calling out you motherfucking lurkers. If you have entered my world, then be honest with yourself about it. You want to be here, and you know I want you here, so follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Finally, climb aboard and enjoy the entire show, because I am giving you plenty of ridiculous honesty. Once the podcast episode ends, I am keeping it going on my Instagram page at Difficult and Demanding and on my Twitter page at Mrs. D and D. What are you doing behind those closed doors? Tell me. I want to know. Actually, I need to see. Show me. Why are you hiding? Come on, show me. What are you hiding? I'm intrigued. But you are scared. Why are you worried? If you like it, then I'm going to love it. What are you doing behind those doors? Let me in. Let me see. I want to see you. Do you have a dirty secret? We all need a little filth. It's hard being prim and proper all the time. I'm knocking on your door. Are you going to open it? I know you're in there, so don't be so cold to me. It's so rude. Show me what you like. Show me what you want. I know you want to, so just do it. I think you'll feel so great. I think you'll feel great pleasure, actually. I know you'll love it. Freedom. I know you'll love it. Don't you want to show me so you can have freedom? Not having to pretend? Wouldn't you love to live your life in your truth? Don't you want to live your life in your truth? You can't imagine what that's like, can you? You've been behind those closed doors for so long. Why don't you try it? Well, it seems that you're not going to tell me. Do you want me to guess? Is that easier for you? Well, let's see. Are you simple or complicated? Are you a beautiful blend of both? Your reluctance. It's such a good clue. You seem tense. By the time I'm done with you, you will feel a great release. Are you submissive or do you dominate? Do you like to lurk then pounce? Are you into pain? Do you like to tease until you or another is mad with frustration? Do you prefer to touch? Do you prefer to touch yourself only and not bother with another? Shit. I had one person ask me if I heard of a fetish where a man likes getting kicked in his balls. You heard it because I said it. Yeah, someone asked me that. I am going to do something else though. I want to call all of you out who find my voice irresistibly enticing, dominant, and likes when it reverberates through you. One minute I'm calm, and then out of the blue, I will rattle you. You don't know? You should know. And if you haven't experienced it, then that means you haven't listened to enough of me. Because sometimes I'm popping off, and then I will shift gears and go sultry and calm on you. Do you know what I'm talking about? Of course you do. And if you don't, you're working really hard, really fast to get up to speed. Some of you like to watch. Some of you like to touch. And others like to listen. You see, I can talk about all kinds of sexual turn-ons. The list is endless. Because as humans, our likes, dislikes, wants, and needs are vast. Yes, they're very vast. We don't know where it ends, where it begins, where it twists, where it detours. But fuck all that. I want to get down and very, very dirty. So let's go. How can something that triggers desire and arousal be bad for you? How can it be bad for you if it's not causing unintentional or unsolicited harm? Yes. You see, today we're talking about taboo things. We're talking about fetishes. We're talking about our likes and our dislikes, what triggers us into mad desire. Why is it so wrong? Why is arousal, attraction, desire so wrong? Why is yearning so wrong? You see, if we weren't supposed to have these feelings, they would not exist. So what is it that makes people wary, cautious, or makes some people dive off the deep end? Why can't we have a balance and enjoy the beauty of it? You see, with any and everything in life, there's a good and there's a not so good. But we're led to believe that desire, arousal, yearning is wrong. How can it be wrong? You yearn for your favorite meal. You desire your favorite treat. So how can sexual arousal and desire be wrong for you? You think it's only geared to create other human beings? Now, why would we have all these central sexual points and centers on our body if that was the case? If we were merely just meant to procreate, to create other living beings, then we wouldn't have so many different ways in which we are able to spark attraction, arousal, desire, yearning. And I know some of you find it very hard to believe, and some of you are not in tune with what the hell I'm saying, but that's neither here nor there. Why is it taboo to have desire, to have arousal, to yearn for another being? Something that gives you joy, that gives you pleasure. How can that ever be wrong? That's like saying happiness is wrong. And to be happy, we all agree that's not wrong. And to have desire, it makes you feel good too. How can that be wrong? Oh, people go off the deep end. Well, people like what the fuck they like, don't they? We can't control that shit. You can't control it. Ah, that's the problem. We can't control it and we can't box it the fuck in, right? We're always trying to box some shit in to have it make sense. I'm here to tell you guys something. Some things cannot be boxed because they're not meant to be boxed. Happiness, pleasure, joy. There's no cap that you can put on sadness. There's no cap that you can put on anger. So why would you cap your arousal? Why would you cap your desire? If you're not hurting anyone intentionally or soliciting harm or to harm someone, you really have to expand your mind of what you expect and what you like. You see, because when you expand your mind, you can actually get in tune with what the fuck you like and what you dislike so you can have a more happy life. Wouldn't you like to be happy? So how did we come up with what is sexually taboo? Yeah, taboo is something that is forbidden, that we're not supposed to talk about. We all know it still goes on behind closed doors, but it's not out in the open. Now, you and I both know most of us are doing something sexually. Some of us are not because there's no options, and some of us really aren't interested in it, and that's okay too. But for a good chunk of us, it is what it is because we like what we like and we need it, we desire, and we want it. So why is it okay only to talk about it within a context of marriage, within a context of creating a family? You and I both know that it's more to it than that. So why are we allowing restrictions to be placed upon us? That's like all of us having the same personality, all of us having the same wants, the drive, need, goals. That's not possible. So why do we allow our sexuality to be confined within this little tiny room or box about what's acceptable or not? You see, if you like something, I can guarantee you that there's another motherfucker out there that likes it too. And there's another motherfucker who is in denial about it. And there's another motherfucker who's clueless and yet to discover what it is. What you desire exists because you exist. And there's always going to be someone else that has the same desire as you. The question is, how and where do you find that other person? You see, some of us, you like to think that you are the only ones with these interests. And you feel isolated and you feel alone, which feeds into this taboo lifestyle that we have about what we can do and what we can't do. But you need to do you. You need to do you. You only have one life to live, and there's only one of you on the face of this earth. So if you're busy restricting yourself, trying to conform to some shit that's not you, you're not living your life. You're living someone else's motherfucking life. And if you want to live someone else's life, frankly, give up your goddamn body. But you're not going to do that, are you? So if you're going to stay here in your body, you might as well honor it, relish it, and get it what it needs and it desires. Do you understand? Fuck taboo. If you are not intentionally harming someone or going after trying to take something, if you have no ill will, no intent, and no one's getting harmed, you need to go out and go get what the fuck is yours and go get what the hell you want. Do you understand? Fuck taboo. Yes, we live in society where there's norms and things like that. But when there's a will, there's a way. And you should not feel shame for who you are and how the fuck you're wired. It is what it is. Now, why have we accepted some mysterious force deciding our pleasure? Yes. Why have we let something, I don't know who, what, when, where, how, why, to define what gives us pleasure? Think about very closely what I'm saying. What makes you happy, what gives you pleasure is unique to you. And we're going around life trying to fill some shoes that we found from some place that were given to us that doesn't give us joy. Some of you motherfuckers are in relationships or not relationships, and you are intimately involved with someone, whether there's love, feelings or not. And you're going through the motions like it's some fucking sport. If you're going to do some shit, you need to enjoy what the fuck you're doing. That's what I'm trying to get you people to motherfucking understand. Some of you people are sleeping with people because you're looking for love. Some of you are doing it because you're looking for a release. Some of you are doing it because you don't want to feel alone. You want to feel connected. Some of y'all motherfuckers are doing it because you're trying to fill some type of void, some type of gap within you. All those reasons are motherfucking whack. And that's why you are unfulfilled and you don't know what the hell you're doing. You see, when you are intimately involved with someone, it's supposed to complement and supplement your life. It's not supposed to fill that ditch, that grave of yours that you're trying to plug in. It's not supposed to do that. And that is why you're missing out sexually. You're trying to conform and do some shit that doesn't make you happy. And then when you walk away from that, it's like, let me do it again. And it's the same shit. I told you in my last episode, episode 46, if you are going to explore yourself with another, you want to blow your motherfucking mind and that person's mind with you. You want to make sure that when they think of you, when they think about thinking of you, they're going to have a silly ass motherfucking grin on their face. And someone's going to ask them, what the fuck are you smiling about? And they won't be able to say a goddamn thing. That's what it needs to be like. And if it's not like that, all of you need to stop doing what the fuck you're doing and get it together. Get it together. If you're going to do something, you want to do it to your best. And you want to make sure that it was worth every goddamn minute, time, effort, everything you put in, it was worth your while. And if you can't say that it is or was, then you need to stop what the fuck you're doing because you're missing out. Why is desire and pleasure a crime bad? Why is it a sin? How could feeling good, feeling happy ever be wrong? Think about what I'm saying. I don't care how you are getting that happiness, whether it's a meal, whether it's achieving a goal, whether it's winning a game, whatever. How can pleasure and the desire to be pleasure ever be wrong? It can't be wrong. Because if we're told that we should be happy, being happy or getting happiness is a desire. That's not wrong. And when you achieve happiness, that gives you pleasure. That's not wrong. So how is it fulfilling your bodily needs, yearning of connecting with another human being? How can that ever be wrong? Oh, because it's of the flesh? Fuck that shit. You have flesh because you're supposed to have flesh because you're in human form. That is part of the perks of being on this earth and being a human motherfucking being. That's one of the perks of going through some of the hardships and things we encounter. Having that connection, that intimacy, that warmth, that explosion that you get when you are involved with someone. That is one of the perks of being here in this life. So if you are allowing someone to deprive you of something that you are entitled to, that brings you radiance, that gives you stress reliefs, that makes you feel connected and could possibly make you feel loved, how can that be wrong? We all got to stop back and sit the fuck back and think about the shit that we're being taught and the shit that we believe and the things that we enact in our life. You have to think about that. When you're happy, you feel good. When you feel good, you do good. When you do good, you touch others and they're happy and they do good. Do you see where I'm going with this? If you're miserable, then you're going to make other people miserable. And then they're going to make other people miserable, which is why they say misery loves company. But happiness also loves company. So if it's okay for miserable people to be together and make other people miserable, then why is it not okay for people to have a desire, to fulfill that desire with a pleasure and to be happy and to make someone else motherfucking happy? You get what I'm saying? I don't care if it comes to a touch. Touching is not a crime. That is why we hug. That is why we shake hands. That is why we brush up against each other. That's why we caress each other, because that is what we're supposed to do as human beings. It's a part of our well-being. It's a part of our well-being. And if you're depriving yourself of sexual, physical pleasure of connecting with another person, you're incomplete. You're hollow. You're like a motherfucking robot. You're void. You can't contain something that's not meant to be contained. You are meant to explore within reason, with balance. Something that's meant to give you bliss, happiness, grounding, connection. That is why we're all here. So how are the actions of two willing participants wrong? Yes, People like to talk about flesh, material things. That's wrong. If you have two people who desire one another and want to pleasure one another, how can that be taboo? How can that ever be wrong? And how they choose to do it is nobody's motherfucking business. Because if they're willing, wanting, and ready to do whatever it is that makes them aroused, happy, pleased, to orgasm, who could possibly begin to try to judge that shit? First of all, you're mad because your ass wasn't invited, first of all. But second, how do you let someone place some restrictions and constrictions upon you about what you and someone else is doing? You cannot let people into your life in that regard. It's not their place. It's not their opinion. It's not their lane. And when you let people swerve over into your lane and start giving you advice and opinions about what you should or should not be doing, what you should or should not like, what's taboo, what's normal, fuck all that shit. No one knows what the fuck normal is. But we strive very hard to get people to act like fucking sheep and cattle. We're not sheep. We're not cattle. You are wired differently from everyone else because you're meant to be different, because your spirit is different. So if your spirit is different, what turns you to fuck on and what gets you to fuck off is going to be different. And you need to own that shit, accept that shit, and go forward and get that shit. Do you understand what I'm saying? Did you know that what's taboo today could have been acceptable yesterday or acceptable tomorrow? Yes. Some of the things we do today, that shit wasn't allowed in the past. It wasn't okay, but it's okay today. So why am I telling you this? What you are trying to keep behind closed doors or keep hush about, tomorrow could be out in the open. It can be socially acceptable. But if you sit around waiting, holding your goddamn breath for society's views and norms to change, to catch the fuck up with what you're doing, your life is passing you the fuck by. You're miserable. You're stunted. You're thwarted. Why you want to live a motherfucking life like that? That's like fucking jail. That's like voluntary jail. Why would you volunteer yourself to be motherfucking in prison if you don't have to? Why are you shackling yourself? Don't wait for people to catch the fuck up with you, because they'll never catch the fuck up with you. And while you're waiting for people to catch the fuck up with you, your life is a poof. It's gone. You're eating dust. Now, I don't know about you. Dust, I don't think that tastes very good. So if you don't like the taste of motherfucking dirt, live your life. Go forward with love, good intentions, goodwill, and enjoy yourself. Keep yourself safe, but enjoy yourself. Keep your eyes open, but enjoy yourself. Keep your fucking ears open, but enjoy yourself. You got to get your happiness where you can, because I can guarantee you there's some bullshit that's coming that's going to disrupt your flow, and you have to be ready for it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So let's talk about some kinks and fetishes that people have. What do you think about that? Now, there's something called fetishism. Fetishism. I'm hoping I'm saying that correct. And that's when you are sexually aroused by something that's been in physical contact with a person. It could be clothes, phone, everything. How the fuck are you going to turned on by a motherfucking phone? Like, look, I'm just going to throw my opinions out there. Whatever works for you. But I find it highly amusing that you can look at an object and that shit can get you hot and bothered. But hey, if a fucking cell phone that someone was carrying can get you going, you know what? You take that motherfucking cell phone, you put that bitch on vibrate and you rub it all over your motherfucking body. Whatever works. We all are different. And if you like playing with a cell phone that belonged to me, you can have that shit, okay? Just keep buying me a new motherfucking cell phone and I'll keep giving you my old goddamn cell phones. Do you understand? Then something else is called, people like to have sex in front of a mirror. That's cool too. It doesn't matter. Some of you people, you never tried it. You may want to. Some of you know you like it. You do it all the time, but you're embarrassed to say. You like what the fuck you like. If you like watching yourself in a motherfucking mirror in reverse, like you making your own porn movie without a camera, you do that shit. You do that. Hopefully you see everything that you like, but maybe you don't like the shit. Whatever. If that's what gets you going and keeps your shit a motherfucking purr, roar all goddamn day. They said also, a man can be only attracted to older women and never want someone his own age. Yeah, there are people who like older people, and that's what gets them the fuck off. But if someone were to admit that, hey, you know what, I'm young and I like to date an older woman or older man, most people would be like, ew, why the fuck you want to do that? Why do they want to do it? They do it because they enjoy it. They do it because they like it. They do it because they want to. And you have to keep in mind, an older woman has some experience and knowledge that a younger woman may not have. There's something that is highly desirable. So you cannot judge what gets you turned the fuck on. And I think that's another hiccup that we have. Sometimes we get hung up. We notice something about ourselves that doesn't follow a traditional pattern. And then we start judging ourselves based on that, saying, well, I think I'm not right. I'm abnormal. None of my friends like this. No one else is doing this. You don't know who the fuck likes what, and you don't know what the hell they're doing. And you also don't know if they're going to be honest with you about it. So what I'm trying to get you all to understand is know yourself. Know what your hot buttons are. Know what your arousal buttons are. Embrace it. Own it. Stand in your truth. And pursue it in a way that's comfortable and balanced with you. If you don't want to deal with the harsh judgments and things like that with everyone else, that's fine. Just because you don't want to be judged and you want to handle it in a more discreet manner, that's okay too. But don't refrain from doing something like being with the older woman or older man just because you'll be frowned upon. Don't do that. Don't deprive yourself. Don't volunteer to deprive yourself. You're going to encounter a lot of situations in life that's going to hold you back, create hindrances and obstacles. Don't you do that shit to yourself. If you got an older woman who's ready to lay it open for your ass, I suggest you proceed the fuck forward. Do it with safety. Do it with awareness. But go get that shit. Don't deprive yourself for any motherfucking body. Don't deprive yourself. Because it's the same motherfucker who's passing judgment on you about you liking older women. He will have someone much older than what you like in his motherfucking bed. Don't let your friends judge you. Do your shit. And if they don't like him, fuck it. Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. That's what I like to say. Some people like to play with hair, smelling hair, or simply staring at someone's hair. I don't know if it's hair on the head or the hair in the pubic region, whatever. Hair is hair. If you like hair, you like motherfucking hair. You like dirty hair, you like dirty hair. You like greasy hair, you like greasy hair. You like clean hair, you like clean hair. Whatever works for you, it works for you. And if you find someone willing to play game, willing to play ball with you, give you filthy, funky hair, clean, silky hair, whatever, do it. You only live once. Shit, it's just fucking hair. They say some people are sexually aroused by tickling. Yeah, do it. If you got somebody who's willing to tickle your grown ass, then get tickled away, okay? Tickle, 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 tickle. Do that shit. And then you have some people who like to watch other people have sex in life. That's called voyeurism. It takes all to be in this world. It takes all. You got some people who are willing to put it on display, and you always have a motherfucker line up to watch. Whatever. But why should we have the shame? This shame, embarrassment tied to what the fuck we like. We all don't like to eat motherfucking shepherd's pie. We all don't like to eat Italian food. So why is it that our sexual needs and preferences have to align with a certain group, with a certain category? No, we have to break that shit because it's not true. Some people like watching porn or looking at images, pornographic images. Some people have foot fetishes, sucking, nibbling, licking, touching, caressing someone's feet. Some people like fucking dirty feet. Some people like clean feet. Some people like crusty motherfucking feet. I mean, the list goes on and on. But if you have some of you people like 3, 4, 5 willing participants, do you enjoy yourself? Just be goddamn safe. They said sexual arousal. Some people like to get sexually aroused by peeing on someone or being peed on. Hey, if that's your thing, you do that shit. Doesn't work for me, but it doesn't say any motherfucking thing about what works for you. If it makes you happy and makes you a pleasant person, then golden shower your ass all day and all motherfucking night. All I just want to see is a lot of happy motherfucking people. There's too many of y'all who are fucking miserable, uptight, sticks in their asses, and y'all need to chill the fuck out. So if you need to get laid by getting fucking tickled, fucking in front of a mirror, fucking wrapping a hair around your goddamn neck, or smelling crusty motherfucking feet, you do that shit. But at least try to be happy. Then you have people who like to swing. They married or couples who like to switch partners. Whatever. Just find a way to be goddamn happy. Now, if you like to be dominated, I can do that shit. You want to submit? Hey, no problem at all. Dominating and submission, whatever works for you. The point I'm trying to tell people is it's okay. If you have someone who's willing to do it and you guys have respect, mutual respect and an understanding, explore, enjoy, find your happiness. There's no crime being committed. Pleasure is not a motherfucking crime. Desire is not a crime. Yearning is not a motherfucking crime. And you don't have to like what everyone else likes. That's why y'all so many of you people are bored. You're doing shit that doesn't work for you. Huh? It doesn't work for you. We all don't have the same fucking body type. We all don't have the same voice. We're all different. So why do we like to prescribe to some notion that our sexual needs and wants are going to be the same? No. If you're a motherfucking kinky ass freaky motherfucker, then be a kinky freaky motherfucker. But be proud of it. Don't be ashamed of who you are. Because the sooner you admit it, there'll be a whole line of people lined up to fuck with you, to get down with you. And that's all that you want, right? What's a fetish? It's something that is innate to your character, something that is particular to your specific sense of self. Yes, your fetish or whatever it is that you like, it's geared to your being. It's specifically for you. It's something that sparks, it triggers you. You can't describe it. You can't even begin to understand it because you like what the fuck you like and you want what the fuck you want, and that's just what it is. That's what it is. That's what's always going to be. And you guys need to understand that. You need to stop judging yourself. You need to stop looking over your motherfucking shoulder. You need to stop trying to conform and embrace who the fuck you are. If you are not harming someone intentionally, where's the harm in being pleased and being happy? There is no crime. I don't care who told you what religion you read about. We have erogenous zones because we're supposed to enjoy those zones. If we were only supposed to make babies, produce people, we wouldn't have all these different points of stimulation, of arousal. It wouldn't exist. It exists for a fucking reason. So if you got it, fucking use it. Use it. Now, a fetish is also described as a sexual desire in which gratification is linked to a particular object. A fetish, it's an extreme word to describe desire, attraction, what you like. And as far as I'm concerned, we all have some type of motherfucking fetish. It's what turns us the fuck on. It's what gets us the fuck off. Do you understand? That's it. Is it wrong to admit that you like what you like? It's not wrong, but a number of us are cowards. We're fucking bitch ass. Because we want to fit the mold. We want to follow the herd. Some of us like big women. Some of us like small women. Some of us like older men. Some of us like older women. Some of us like bald people. Some of us like fucking pregnant women. We all like what the fuck we like. Some people like fucking stretch marks. Whatever. We're human. And that's why we're so different. And there's like a plethora of so many different options because you like what the fuck you like. It is what it is. Do you understand attraction? You see, I don't think you do. What attracts you? What sparks you? It comes deep. It's a part of your soul. It's your being. It's not something that you can say, oh, I'm going to rewrite this. I'm going to change this. No, you're wired how you're wired. Now, a number of you may try to control that shit, put it in a box, restrict it, put it in prison. But overall, you can't do it. You will always like what the fuck you like. Now, whether you choose to engage and indulge, that's a different story. But your attraction, your desire, your yearning, that's coming deep from your being. That's coming from your soul. That's coming from your spirit. And it's not a motherfucking thing you can do about it. You can choose, like I said, to act on it or not. If you don't act on it, you're going to have a really restricted, stunted life. And as long as you're not harming someone, you have ill will and you have willing, ready, and able participants, I think you should live your life. You should live it while you can before it's taken away and you don't have anything left. Live your motherfucking life. Live it. How Does conforming reinforce the norms of sexuality? When you don't live by your sexual truth, you don't live as a sexual being that you are helping to say that it's okay for people to cut away from who we are individually. If something doesn't turn you on, then why are you pretending that it turns you on? It's like women pretending to have orgasms when they're not really having it. Or men being with women who are laying there playing fucking dead. Why are you people constantly settling? Why are you compromising in places that you should not compromise? Now, I'm not guaranteeing that every person that you are intimate with is going to be the greatest thing on earth. But if you read the signs and the clues and you're aware and you're not drunk, you should be able to tell if you can vibe with a person or not. You should be able to tell. And if you can tell, you're doing something wrong. And if you don't pick it up, then you're with the wrong motherfucking person. But the fact is, when you try to walk in someone else's shoes, it's not going to work because they're not your shoes. They're not going to be comfortable. They're not going to fit right. That is their path. That is not your path. You have a different journey. So if you respect their journey and you follow your journey, you will find that we will overall be happy people. What makes me happy is not going to make you happy. It may look similar, but it will never be the same. So stop letting people restrict us and tell us what's taboo, what's normal, what's not normal. Because most of these people that's telling us what's normal or not normal, they don't know what the fuck they want. Or they're doing a whole bunch of dirty shit behind closed doors. They're not open and forthright. So if you're living your life about how someone else thinks and what they think you should be doing, you're missing out. There is not a one box fits all approach. There never will be. So stop trying to fit yourself into a motherfucking box. Let yourself go. You'll be surprised at what you see, learn, experience, and enjoy. We need to try to be sexually fluid. Now, what sexually fluid means, it's different with different people. Some of you are enjoying all different types of genders. Some of you are choosing to abstain. Some of you may have realized that the sexual relationship you have with this person over here, you will have a completely different chemistry with another person. What you were not willing to try with the person over here, you may be willing to try with someone else. Because the chemistry, the energy, everything behind it is completely different. So if you keep trying to have this quote unquote cookie cutter type of sexual relationship, this cookie cutter type of life, you're missing out. You're always deprived, you're always depleted, and you look like you're motherfucking dead, or you wish you would be, because you're not happy. Be fluid. Be fluid within the realm of who you are. Now, some of y'all motherfuckers are so fluid, everything is just running together. But that's how you roll, that's how you roll. But other people, you need to open the fuck up and get in touch with yourself. And look at what sparks your interest, what makes you feel wild desire, what gets you fucking going. Because that is a clue about what you like. And when you experience what the fuck you like, you become a much, much better person to be around. But if you're doing something that you really don't enjoy, like some of you don't even like sex, some of you don't even like to be intimately close to someone like that, that's okay too. But you got to own that shit, and you have to be honest with another upfront about it so they can have a choice. A number of you keep secrets and you don't share your truth, and then you rope someone into a fucking relationship, and then when you realize, oh, we're not compatible, what do you do then? If they leave you, then they're a fucking ass, right? But if you were if you told them upfront what it was, they could have chose to stay with you or not. Because if you are not sexually inclined, I can guarantee you there's someone else who doesn't like it as much as you, and that's who the fuck you need to be with. We need to be open, honest, and forthright to give people a choice. We take away people's choices, and then when we get caught, then we feel salty and bad because they bounce on your motherfucking ass. When you're not being forthright and honest, you should be left. No one should be deprived because your motherfucking ass don't know what the fuck you want and you're still trying to figure that shit out. You figure it out on your own, and then when you figure it out, go get what the fuck you want. But don't be holding and hindering someone else's back from living their sexual freedom and liberation and fluidness, because you are sitting around fucking sniffing and chasing your own goddamn tail, and you can't figure out what's left and what's right. Be true to yourself. Accept what you like. Be fluid, whatever that means for you. If you feel like getting kinky over here with this person, get kinky. And you feel like being very normal and routine with another, you do that. But just own it and be honest with yourself about it. So now I'm going to be moving over to something in the news, and please stick with me, you guys. So last week I gave you guys a glimpse of who attends Silicon Valley sex parties, what they do, how they do it, where they get people from to attend. You also learned about their rationale, their excuses, their justifications for what they do. The irony is that the rich, smart, and powerful are just as fucked up as the rest of us. Yes, they're just as fucked up as the rest of us. They are just about hiding it behind designer labels, private bank accounts, exclusive guest lists, and they have the power to hire and motherfucking fire. Now, we are starting part 2 of this series, and we're going to be looking at the dynamic, the relationships, if you want to call it relationships, of how all this plays out, the interactions between people. You have women looking for sugar daddies. You have sugar daddies looking for sugar babies. You have women looking to cash in, to be a trophy wife or eye candy. I mean, the whole list of human dynamics and interactions, it can go on and on and on. Now, a story is often told about women in Silicon Valley. There's a group of women looking to quote unquote cash in. Cash in means that they want to marry a wealthy tech mogul. Yes, they want to get a motherfucking lottery ticket. And here in Silicon Valley is getting your hands, your paws, your claws, and to a tech mogul. Okay? Now, no one really knows the quantity of women that exists that are trying to achieve this, but nevertheless, the stories and beliefs still exist. Wealthy men have a great fear of falling victim to these types of women. These types of women are called founder hounders. Yes, founder for people who start companies. Hound, you know, the dog, the bloodhound, the dog that tracks, hounders. So these women are called founder hounders. A founder of a company was asked if men such as himself are taking advantage of women by feeding them inhibition melting drugs at sex parties. Feeding these women inhibition melting drugs at sex parties. I think that that question is fucking asinine, because the women that are going there, they're choosing to be there. They know what the fuck is up. They see what the hell is going on. And if they did not know when they knew, they could have motherfucking left, but they stayed. Why the fuck are you staying? Huh? People are doing shit that you don't like. People are doing things you don't want to be involved in. But you're staying? And then this person has the nerve to ask them if they're feeding these drugs to these women at these sex parties. No one's feeding anyone a motherfucking thing unless there's sex trafficking going on, which you and I both know it is not. People are volunteering to be there. The audaciousness of that question just makes my motherfucking skin crawl. But this guy, he replied, it's the women who are taking advantage of him and his tribe by preying on them for their money. You got some motherfucking fools here. Okay, fools. First of all, they're making women asking a stupid ass question like these men are forcing these women to take these drugs to be less inhibited. And then the men are sitting here thinking that it's the women that are preying upon them. How the fuck you have grown ass motherfucking and college educated people to some degree to be such fools? You got the men thinking they're being preyed upon. You got the women thinking they're being preyed upon. But everybody got the fuck in a car and arrived at this motherfucking party, knowing and willingly. But no one wants to take responsibility for their actions. Everyone wants to blame someone else. Like, hey, I was here. She showed the fuck up. What to do? Or, hey, he was here. The drugs were there. I took it. What to do? No one wants to own their kinky fucking freaky shit that they're doing. No, it's always someone else who's responsible. A woman opens her mouth because again, she's not a prisoner, she's not a slave, takes these drugs because she chooses to, whether passively or aggressively, and then the man's responsible for feeding her the drugs, and then the men are saying, hey, these women are after me for my money. Motherfucker, you're using that goddamn money to attract these women. Now you want to sit here and act like a fucking pawn? You want to act like a fucking bitch ass? Because you basically say, hey, I'm rich, bitch. Do you want me? And a whole flock of motherfucking women came. And now you want to play coy. You want to act innocent. You don't know what the fuck is about. Come on, people. You got to boss the fuck up. If I'm a woman going to this motherfucking party to land a motherfucker, I am not going to play stupid and motherfucking dumb. Yep, stupid and dumb means the same motherfucking thing, but I am emphasizing some shit. If you going to walk into a party like that, you a fucking founder hounder, and you going to act like you don't know what the fuck is up, that's why you're being played upon. Because when you step into a motherfucking game, you step on the goddamn court, you should know the fucking players, the rules, and what position you play fucking best. And if your position is goddamn doggy style, then woof motherfucking woof. But you can't walk into this shit, act like you don't know what the fuck is up, act like someone's fucking force feeding you, and acting like someone's fucking spreading your goddamn legs open when you know and I know you put on that sexy motherfucking dress to catch a rich motherfucker. That's one hand. Second, your rich, awkward ass comes to a party where you know damn well there's a bunch of motherfucking women who are looking to cash the fuck in, rope you the fuck in, but you want to play innocent? You see, if you didn't put your wealth and your privilege out there, they would think you're a motherfucking loser. But you don't want them to think you're a loser. You want the chase. You want the chase. You want to be chased. And that is why you put yourself in that situation, because you want the chase. You want the choice. You want to play the motherfucking games. You're trying to see how far will they go. What hoops are they going to jump through to get from me? Yeah, it's a fucking circus show. That's what the fuck is going on. And none of y'all son of a bitches want to admit that shit. Stupid as hell. They said on their way up, these founders, when they're on their way up to a potential multi-million-dollar payout, some of these younger founders report more and more women seem to become mysteriously attracted to them, no matter how awkward, uncool, or unattractive they may be. Yeah, it happens. It's human nature. It's human nature. She can lay down and play the fuck dead while you're fucking her. As long as you give her that Black American Express goddamn card. Do you understand? As long as she's flying fucking private jet, she can lay there and act like a corpse for your awkward, uncool, socially awkward fucking basically unskilled sexual ass. She's going to do that for your money. Yeah. There are people like that. You know it and I know it. But the funny thing is you acting like a fucking victim. That's one of the reasons why you want to be a founder. You want that. You want to get your due. You want to get payback for all the times you got motherfucking rejected. You felt like a loser, a voluntary loser. You're trying to make up for that shit. All these beautiful women, hot women that turned you the fuck down. Now you want to see them beg. You want to see them grovel. Don't act like a fucking victim. Be the player that you're choosing to be. You want to act like a pimp. You want to be a motherfucking player. At least own that shit. You got resentment, anger, and guilt and all kinds of shit because of how you were overlooked when you were younger. So now you want to be as hideous, uncool, awkward, and inexperienced as possible and land every goddamn hot motherfucking bitch that you can get to say, yeah, motherfuckers, y'all mistreated me. Now I'm going to see you fucking crawl through shit to possibly be with me. I'm going to fuck you, I'm going to toss you, and I'm going to move the fuck on with your life. It's some sick, sordid, twisted shit going on in your brain because you haven't healed and grown the fuck up. But no one knows what the fuck they're doing and why, right? Everyone is just innocently just going through the motions, right? Innocently. They said many founders exist, and these people trade stories about the women they've dated. They will even tell each other whether a girl is a gold digger or not, so they will know who to avoid. Now, I'm not sure if you guys picked this up, but I'm going to repeat this sentence again. These founders trade stories about the women that they dated, and they will basically warn each other about whether a girl is a gold digger or not, so they know who to avoid. That means all you fucking people are fucking the same chick and passing her the fuck around. Listen, guys, a fresh player, a real player, a goddamn boss, he wouldn't be sticking his goddamn wick in some motherfucker's leftovers. Listen to what the fuck I'm saying. If you're a fucking boss, you're building a company, you've built a company, and the best you can do is pick up your leftovers by another peer who's a founder, and you're sticking your dick in her, and you're giving stories about what the fuck she's did for you and who you should avoid, you're still a fucking loser as far as I'm concerned. Because a real motherfucker, he would get a fresh supply. He wouldn't be going around the same motherfucking meat counter picking up the same shit that someone else has licked and taste. Come on, people. If you're going to be a boss, boss the fuck up. Don't go going for someone else's leftovers. You're still acting like you're fucking in high school. You're still acting fucking socially awkward. Fly some fucking people in. If you got that much money, fly some new people in. Don't be messing with the same motherfucking hoes. I said hoes, it's a motherfucking metaphor. But as far as I'm concerned, if your boy has fucked her and tossed her to the side, and you're eyeing the same bitch, and when you can choose any number of people, man, that's fucking lame. That's fucking lame. It's all fucking lame. They said a young female entrepreneur has dated several founders. And she says it's the men, not the women, who seem obsessed with displays of wealth and privilege. How is it the men and not the women? And how is the women not the men? The men are showing their wealth. The women are showing up for the fucking wealth. So how are you going to say one side is responsible, not the other? They all playing these fucking cat and mouse games. They're all there for the same reason. Well, I'm going to tell you what the reasons are. The women are there for the fucking money. And the men want the fucking hot women. It's called an exchange. It's called a business deal. And if feelings and emotions happen to get involved, so be it. People know what the fuck is up. You know what the fuck the score is. He's putting his money, his privilege on display to attract. She's showing the fuck up because she wants a life of fucking privilege. And if they happen to like it, maybe fall in love, maybe they'll get married. So who's responsible? They're doing what everybody does. Only difference is this motherfucker got more money than a goat got funk. Say it again. You know how funky goats are, right? So what I said was, this founder has more money than a goat has funk. And a goat is funky as hell. Translation, he's rich bitch. That's what it means. He knows he's using his wealth to attract a beautiful mate that he could not get otherwise. And she knows she wouldn't let this motherfucker touch her with a 10-foot pole unless he was rich. This is what it is, people. This is what it is. Why be shy about it? Stand in that truth. Yeah, motherfucker, if you didn't have this money, I wouldn't talk to your fucking uncool, unattractive, socially awkward, and sexually inexperienced ass. That's what she should say. And he should say, fuck you, hoe. You didn't date me when I was in high school. I'm going to treat you like trash, but I'm going to take you on a private jet, and this is what it is. So shut the fuck up and give me what I want. I'm going to find another motherfucker. What's wrong with being honest like that, huh? What's wrong with being honest like that? Oh, that's rude. All y'all motherfuckers are fraud. Just fraud ass motherfuckers. She says she's been flown to exotic locations, put in fancy hotels and shown other things by rich men because they use their money to woo her. Let me tell you something, guys. If you have access to a bunch of rich men, which most people do not, okay? Most people do not, but if you do, and if you are allowing them to woo you with their wealth, let me tell you something. You're an amateur. You're a motherfucking amateur. Let me say it again. You're a motherfucking amateur. Because if you are swimming in a pool with a bunch of big motherfucking fish, the first rule of this goddamn game, you don't let their money impress you. Their money is a motherfucking given. It's like food, air, shelter, water. It's a given. It's neither here nor there. They take you on a fucking jet. Okay, nice, big damn deal. They take you to a fancy hotel. Okay, nice, big damn deal. I'm not saying this like you should be ungrateful. You should be grateful, but you should already expect that shit because you're a woman of value. You're a woman of worth. So if a motherfucker's taking you to an exotic location, appreciate it, relish it. Don't let that shit make your panties come off like that. Because if your panties are coming off over that, that tells him you're easy. You see, when you play with fucking big fish, you need to know the rules of the game. When you play with little tiny ass goldfish, you need to know the rules of that game. So if a man can impress you with his wealth, what that will tell him is that you are after his wealth. If he doesn't have to put any real substance, intimately connecting, building a relationship, if all he has to do is take you to a fine restaurant and give you nice gifts, he already knows what you're about. He knows your depth. He knows your depth. He will think you're a gold digger. But if he takes you to all that and you are gracious, grateful, appreciative, but you ain't giving over a motherfucking thing, then that means he has to work. And when a man has to motherfucking work, that means you're a woman of value. And when you're a woman of value, that's what the fuck they want. Do you understand? So even if you're not used to or accustomed to the privileges that a wealthy man can provide, fake that shit. Don't let them see you motherfucking sweat. Now, I didn't say be arrogant. I said be gracious, be respectful, be kind, but act like, yeah, motherfucker, what? Been there, done that, seen this. Show me something I haven't seen. Tell me some shit I don't know. That's how you get him. That's how you keep him. You make him work for you. Rich men don't have to work for women because women give themselves away to those men. But when you can get a rich motherfucker to work for you, to want you, to chase you, you don't understand. And maybe you will by the time I'm done. Don't give yourself away. You entice. You seduce. You build desire. You give mysteriousness. You be a mystery. You be different than every other woman and see how that shit works. Do you understand? She said once the men like this land a woman, they're quick to throw her back after a few extravagant dates. Yeah, they're quick to throw you back because you're easy. They figured you fuck out. You know what they figured out? Money. I can break her with money. So if I don't have the money, she'll be gone. And as long as I have the money, she will be here. That's what he's figured out. So yeah, he's going to toss you the fuck back because you know what he really wants? A man who's throwing his money around, what he really wants is someone to see him. To really see him. To want him. To embrace him. To accept him. Without the founder status. Without the wealth. To see him, respect him, hear him, want him, relish him, cherish him. Not because he's spending all this motherfucking money on private jets and these restaurants and these hotels. No, he can tell. He wants someone who can connect with him. He wants someone who could see the guy that he was. The gem that he was before he got wealthy. And most of y'all bitches won't even know that shit. Because you're too busy focused on the glamour. The glitz and the glam. And that's why you won't get him. That's why you won't get him. She says she'll try to initiate a conversation about where their relationship is going. And then the men end things by saying that they're still catching up. Like they lost their virginity at the age of 25 and they still want to play the field. They are looking for a do-over from their high school and college days. That's screaming a motherfucker who has issues. I don't know what to tell you that, but if a motherfucker grown-ass man saying, look, I'm trying to make up for the sex, the ass I didn't get from high school and college, you know what? You need to let that motherfucker go. You need to let that motherfucker go. First of all, he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He's inexperienced because he got so much motherfucking money. These women are letting him sleep with him, but they're not teaching him how the fuck to do what he needs to do. So yeah, you're going to rope a motherfucker who cannot please you in bed, but you think you're going to rub his money all over your body and that's going to make you feel good? No, it's all fucking bullshit. They said there's a lot of ego at play. Founders are well funded. So they have traction in what they're building. So they feel that outside of work, why do they have to compromise? Why do they have to get married? Why do they have to be exclusive? You don't have to do any motherfucking thing. Just be honest with yourself about it. And if you got a bunch of chicks who are willing to play that game you want to play, so be it. But be honest. Don't be trying to make people think that you're trying to fall in love. You see, that's that sick, twisted shit that you have from high school and college. You make these women believe that you're looking to start a relationship. And then what you want to do is once you got what you want to dump them. You want to hurt them. You know why you want to hurt them? Because you were rejected and hurt when you were younger, and you're just re-inflicting that pain on someone else. But the fact is, you will always be a punk bitch motherfucker. Oh, I sound harsh. It is harsh. Let me tell you why. If you're reliving your high school and your college days and you are inflicting intentional harm and hurt on someone because of rejection that you received years ago, that's a punk bitch motherfucker. You don't go around causing hurt to someone because of some pain that you suffered in the past. The person you're with now, they didn't do that shit to you. Someone else did it to you. And you're intentionally hurting them because of how someone else treated you. That's punk bitch behavior. That's punk, bitch, cowardly behavior. And that's not some shit I can respect. I don't give a fuck how much money you got. Because a real motherfucker would say, you know what? That was then, this is now. I have options now. I'm going to enjoy myself, but I'm going to do it with respect. I'm going to do it with graciousness. I'm going to be a gentleman, but I'm not going to be roped or tied down. I'm going to treat people with the respect that I should have received that I did not, and have fun with your life. What do you think about that? It's a little too mature for your asses, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. They said these founders want to set the terms of their relationships. They want to say, I want you, I want to date you, but we are not exclusive, and this is what I want. So do you want to play ball or not? And then the women, they want to play ball because they want to get the perks. They hopes that maybe they can convince him to change his mind. Any host of things. When you deal with low base, low caliber motherfucking people, this is what the fuck you get. It is what it is. They say they want to, these elite founders and CEOs and venture capitalists, they want to see themselves as more influential than bankers, actors, and athletes. They feel that they are more, they're better because they create products that touch a lot of people's lives for years to come. That says low self-esteem to me. Okay, you create a product that touches a lot of people's lives for years. So the fuck what? You're smart. Okay, great. How does that make you more important than someone else? How inadequate can you still be with a fucking big ass fucking bank account? Seriously. Okay, you touch a lot of people's lives. Great. You're blessed. You're fortunate. And what? Is your dick big, small? Do you know what the fuck to do with it? I'm like, what does that got to do with anything? These fucking half-ass, half-stepping fucking mediocre people. You're smart. Great. You're rich. Wonderful. But why you have to say I'm better than this person? You really got fucked up when you were younger. You need therapy. Use some of that money on those fucking extravagant dinners to go get therapy. Your ass probably is scratching your dick anyway from sleeping with too many motherfuckers. Go get therapy. Heal yourself. Do yourself and the world a goddamn favor. Do yourself a favor. They said some in Silicon Valley have a high opinion of their attractiveness, and what they think they deserve or what they expect in terms of their sex lives. They want over the top, out of the box, people jumping through hoops to please them. They think they're a god. Like I said before, there's nothing wrong for making up for lost time. But how you make moves in this world, it says a lot. And just because a lot of people have ran you the fuck over, took you for granted, didn't treat you right, why you want to go around and perpetrate that shit? Don't you want to heal, grow, move on, and let that shit go and still enjoy your sexual fluidness and still explore your sexuality? Why you have to cause unnecessary pain because you suffered in the past? If you want to be a pimp, be a fucking pimp. You want to be a fucking player? Be a fucking player. Be gracious. Be a gentleman about it. Don't be an ass. Because the more people you hurt, all you're doing is digging at your own goddamn wounds. There's a better way, people. You can still do everything you're motherfucking doing, but there's a better way to do it. Because then you have all these people who are wishing you harm, wishing you ill will, and you're wondering why people want to see you fall, why people want to see you fail. Because how you make moves in life says a lot. You can still do what you need to do to get your needs met, but you need to find better ways to do it. And blaming your fuck all high school and college years is not justification for the stupid shit that you're doing. They say many women describe what's going on with these founders as immature and sexist. They say it reinforces traditional power structures that demean women, boost male egos, and it's another manifestation of brotopia. Women, if you don't know this, men have very fragile egos. Yes, that's true. And they work very hard to keep that shit pumped the fuck up. Yeah, it's just how they're wired. They need to feel inflated, to feel like a man. And the women, we help them stay inflated. It's kind of like yin yang. We feed their ego, they feel good, and then in turn, they're supposed to make us feel good. It's yin yang, it's balance. It's like feeding a tree. The tree comes around, gives you air and a whole host of things, firewood. It's like a cycle of life. So yeah, you're right. Men have ego issues. And they need to feel respect. They need to feel appreciated. They need to feel valued. And they need to be able to do. So if you understand the wiring of a man, whether he has $0 in his bank account or many zeros in his bank account, if you understand the basics, then you know how to get what the fuck you need and want from him. His ego stays healthy, inflated. He feels masculine, and in turn, when he feels masculine, he can turn around and make you feel like the feminine, divine female that you are. But when we try to get things from a man in a way that is not conducive to their nature, then what happens is it backfires on us. And then we feel disgruntled, very much so. There's a reason why there's masculine and female and feminine. And I'm saying feminine doesn't mean docile, you get ran the fuck over, you get disrespected. No, there's an energy flow. There's a harmony flow that goes back. It's simple as yin yang. That's the best way I can describe it. It's yin yang. Yin and yang balance each other out. Well, the masculine and the feminine, we balance each other out to get harmony. A man has ego issues, so we have to tend to that. And in turn, we're supposed to feel protected, nurtured, connected. That's another topic for another day. But yeah, men create these brotopias because their egos, they're trying to protect their egos. They're trying to feel like a man. And this is how they're doing it. But they're going about it the wrong way because they're taking away from what we are as women. We got to find some harmony in how we approach it and how we do it. There is a strong reaction from women as far as it being exploitation. They think it's old school masculine arrogance and borderline prostitution. Some woman said that the founders feel that they should be able to have sex with a woman because because he's rich. You know, if it's not on the man's fault and it's not on the woman's fault. It's the dynamic that's being played out and has been played out for ages. It's the same motherfucking thing. Man has power. Woman wants security. She's going to do whatever she thinks she can do using her feminineness, if that's a word, to get him. She may win. She may not win. And unless we find a better way to make this shit happen, you can't say men are responsible. And women are being preyed upon. And the men can't say that, we're not responsible. The women are doing this because they're throwing themselves at us. This shit is stupid. No one's taking any ownership for what the fuck they're doing. We're grown as people. If you're choosing to go after a man because he's rich, be honest about it. And if you're choosing to fuck every woman that walks by because she comes to you because you're rich, come on, people. Let's get fucking real. Let's get fucking real. If you're going to do it, fucking do it. But be honest about it. They said now others feel about these parties that it's a sexual expression for both men and women, and they are drawn to it for this reason. You can look at a piece of shit and see it any number of ways. One person can look at it as filth. The other person can look at it as a natural byproduct of a human body, and another person can look at it as motherfucking fertilizer. Same item, different point of view. Same with these sex parties. Women are saying men are exploiting. Men are saying women are exploiting. All you motherfucking people are acting like fucking buffoons. That's what I would say. Own your shit. If you're gonna do it, do it. Stop playing fucking games and fucking pussyfooting and tap dancing around the shit. They say other fields, it is simply sport fucking. Yeah, but the funny thing is, everyone's sport fucking. If you're choosing to be there, you're choosing to take the drugs, you're choosing to spread it open, you're choosing to fucking poke it. Everyone's sport fucking. So why are we pretending to make something more than what it is? This is what it is. And you're hoping, the chicks are hoping to land someone, and the guys are hoping to sleep with as many people as possible. That's what they're doing. So why are we making it anything other than what it is? This is what it is, people. This is what it is. They saw some of these guys will whip out their phones and show off their trophy gallery of girls that they've hooked up with. Yeah. So you've hooked up with a few hot girls, so that increases your manhood, that increases, what does that give you? Just because you hooked up with a whole bunch of people doesn't mean you know what the fuck you're doing. It doesn't mean that they enjoyed it. Now, if you're going to have a bunch of women motherfucking line the fuck up and say, you know what, he blew my motherfucking mind. I don't care if he ever gives me a dime. This motherfucker rocked my world, and I think he's a sex god. No, they're not saying that. You're showing a whole bunch of pictures of people that you've laid with. You may not have been able to get it up or not, but at least you get to boost your ego on some fraud-based shit to say, hey, I really am a man. Hey, I really am important. Hey, I really am lovable. Hey, you're a fucking loser. A real person doesn't show a gallery of women. They don't pull out their phone. You know what I like? I like a quiet, confident, purposeful person. They don't have to lay their conquests out there. Because you know why? Because when that motherfucker decides to pounce, you won't see that shit coming. You'll be talking like, oh, yeah, what? That's what a person that knows what the fuck they're doing. They don't show photos. They deliver. They don't talk about delivering. They deliver that shit. And when you know what the fuck you're doing, you ain't got to say a motherfucking thing. You touch, the woman melts. Because you know what the fuck you're doing. You're intuitive, you know what to do, and you go with the flow. All you motherfuckers who are showing photos, you wouldn't be able to touch me dead or alive. Because what that tells me is you don't know what the fuck you're doing. And to handle someone like me, I'm not dealing with motherfucking phone gallery people. I can tell you that right now. A real motherfucker like mine, you hone in like a goddamn sniper, and you watch my ass and you come in stealth motherfucking mode and you rock it like that. I don't deal with a lot of talking ass, pussyfooting, tap dancing, towing around motherfuckers, money or not. Money comes and goes. It comes and goes. But a person's character and how they are, and if they're skilled, now that shit is goddamn priceless. Now, I'm not saying I fuck with a broke motherfucker. No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is there's a certain standard that I expect, and it's a given. And I suggest you all have your own goddamn standards of what you expect from life. And then when you got your basics, then you move the fuck from there. But don't let someone throw you off your shit by their money. Enjoy it. If they're being generous, enjoy it. Be gracious. Be appreciative. But don't be swinging your motherfucking legs open just because someone's rich. That doesn't show you're a high value woman. Make him work for it. Because he wants to work for it. But you have to in turn show that you appreciate him. You see him. You see beyond all this bullshit that he has about being a founder. And you see him for the person that he is. Because when that company is gone, that's all that's left is him. And if you can't appreciate him with all this glitz and glam and privilege, then you shouldn't be with him. But that's too deep for y'all, right? So whatever. Tune in next week for the final part of this 3-part series. I hope you guys learned something, but I'm serious. I'm telling you, stand in your truth. Stop playing these fucking cat and mouse fucking childish games. And if you want to fuck at a sex party, do that shit. Do it. Don't act like someone's being, marginalized. Fuck that shit. You show the fuck up. You know what you want. Say, yeah, I'm there. I did it. This is what the fuck I want to do. That's it. That's all there is to it. So tune in next week for the final part of the series. Bye. Are you disappointed this has come to an end? Well, it doesn't have to.
reach out and let me know what you think about this episode and my podcast. You can try and slide into my DM, but I will kick your ass out. So I suggest you hop into my DM on Instagram at Difficult and Demanding or Twitter at Mrs. D&D, or leave a comment on one of my posts. Now give. My episode links to friends, family, associates, frenemies. Hell, give it to your enemies. Actually, I don't give a damn who you give it to. Just give the shit to people and bring laughter to others and show your love for this podcast. If you don't know this, you can see the voice behind this podcast on IGTV, which is on Instagram, or on YouTube. You can check out my Instagram page at Difficult and Demanding, or search for Difficult and Demanding on YouTube. Episode 48 is here on October 19th, 2018 from the I'm Difficult and Demanding podcast.